examination, and at the time, and the information on April 4th had down 2 counts. Again, the information was count 1, break and entering, count 2, larceny in a building. We waived the exam on those, came up here to arraignment. On April 15th, there was an amended information filed by the prosecutor's office that added count 3, count 4, count 5, count 6, count 7, count 8. We would ask at this point that, I guess, if we remanded back down to district court for an examination to see if those counts can be added or not. We didn't waive the exam with those counts being on there. And those counts that are added, one of them is a class B, count 3, criminal enterprises conducting. So at this point, you know, again, there was an offer that was relayed down in district that would involve pleading to count 1 on a 3rd habitual. I'm pretty sure with adding those counts and again amending the information, at this point, that's what we're asking for, is to go back down to district, I guess, and have an examination and try to add those counts if the prosecutor's wanting to do that.
Okay, Ms. McClure, anything you want to say with respect to that issue?
No, Your Honor.
All right, it does appear that several new counts have been added since the preliminary examination was waived, and I do think that Mr. Owen is entitled to a preliminary examination on the new charges if he wishes, and he obviously does. So the court will remand this case to the district court for a preliminary examination on the new charges.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I don't usually do that. Is there an order or anything that my office should prepare for that, Your Honor?
You know what, I'll just prepare an order and enter that today to help move things along a little quicker.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Owen, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today.
Thank you.
Mr. Owen, I'm going to try to Zoom with you this afternoon or tomorrow and try to get more information to you, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'd like to know what all the charges are.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak to Mr. Scivoletto now?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, this is file 25-22237-FH, People versus Jonathan Paul Scivoletto. We are here today for arraignment in this case, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. Williams?
Good morning, Assistant Attorney General Clarissa Williams on behalf of the people.
Rhonda Underwood on behalf of Mr. Scivoletto in this matter, Your Honor.
And sir, you are Jonathan Paul Scivoletto?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, does Mr. Scivoletto wish to have the information read?
We would waive the reading of the information, acknowledge its receipt and the receipt of the request for discovery, and ask the court to enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Scivoletto's behalf and schedule this for a very quick pre-trial, Your Honor. And then I would like to be heard on the issue of bond.
All right, I will enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Scivoletto and set a pretrial conference for May 28th at 8:15 a.m. And what is it you would like to say about bond, Ms. Underwood?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Scivoletto, from the inception of this matter, Your Honor, has provided documentation of the court and DAG's office regarding employment, Your Honor. Mr. Scivoletto is employed. He can get out and go to work today, Your Honor, and set up income withholding so we can get payments started in this matter. Mr. Scivoletto is local. He lives in, I believe, Morenci. He will appear for court, Your Honor. There's no reason for him not to. He wants to get these matters settled. We would ask the court to consider finding good cause to lower Mr. Scivoletto's bond to $1,000 cash payable to the friend of the court, Your Honor.
Where is he employed?
It's
DNR,
TNR landscaping, I believe.
Total Lawn Care. Yes,
Total Lawn
TNR,
Care.
Total Lawn Care. In Morenci, Michigan, right near my house.
It's right by his house, so he doesn't have to drive there. It's really a good situation for Mr. Scivoletto, Your Honor.
Ms. Williams, people have any position on that?
Yes, Your Honor, just as before, I was able to get into the file. The arrears are very high, 38,000, over 38,000 at this point, and the monthly obligation is really high. I would suggest that when he is able to, if he's not able to pay this $1,200, to try to get it modified. But my concern is when I look at like payment history, there really is very inconsistent, if any at all, there. So what is the guarantee that, okay, he gets out and he works, that's great, but that we will receive the funds, and to reduce it that low below the statutory amount is my concern. So I would object to that today, just based on those factors.
Your Honor, the court is holding a huge stick. If Mr. Scivoletto does not make the payments and does not have income withholding coming out, I'm sure Ms. Williams will ask to have his bond revoked in short order. Meanwhile, we can get that arrearage coming down. And we can also get Mr. Scivoletto into the front of the court to get what is an astronomical amount addressed at this point, Your Honor.
Obviously, the court is familiar with Mr. Scivoletto and this situation because I have presided over the underlying case in which this arrearage arose. And my problem in that regard is that I don't know how many times I have already heard a version of this story. I don't know how many times I've heard that if I just let Mr. Scivoletto be released, he has a job lined up and will start getting payments. And that simply has not happened on, I don't think, any of the occasions that I've been told a version of this story. And so it's difficult for me to believe that this is the time that it will be true. And so given that the arrearage is at this point nearly $40,000, and the history that the court has experienced, I don't think at this point that it would be appropriate for the court to find good cause to release Mr. Scivoletto. If Ms. Underwood, you wanted to address this issue again and have whoever the alleged employer is come in and talk to me and
I'm
show me
sorry,
that
Your
they're-
Honor.
I said, if you want to address this issue again, I would be willing to consider it if the employer is willing to testify and say, I will give him a job and here's how much he's going to be paid, and it's a W-2 job, not a contractor, then I'd be willing to perhaps consider lowering the bond, but I'm not going to do that without some further evidence that in fact he has a job lined up.
I believe there is a letter in the file, Your Honor, but
I don't want a letter. I don't want a letter in the file. I want to see and hear from a person.
thank you. I understand, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. So again, the pretrial date is May 28th at 8:15.
Thank you.
Mr. Scivoletto, you can let the officer that's with you know that you're done with court for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh. Okay, I can call for Mr. Ballard. Sure. Mr. Murphy, I don't have Mr. Madison here. Have you ever had any communication with him?
No, Your Honor, I'm ready to proceed on the record with Mr. Madison whenever the court is.
All right. This is file 24-21996-FH, 24-21997-FH, and 23-21242-FH, People versus Brandon Lorzen Joe Madison. We are here today for a pretrial conference in the 25 case, a final pretrial in the 24 case, and it was set for a violation of probation sentencing in the 23 case. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on record, beginning with Mr. Bayonetto.
Alex Bayonetto for the people.
Matthew Murphy, appearing on behalf of Mr. Madison.
And Mr. Murphy, well, I guess first let me say Mr. Madison is not present here today, either by being here in the courtroom or by logging into the Zoom session. This matter was set for hearing this morning at 8:15 a.m. It's now 9:37 a.m. and Mr. Madison has not been present at any time for the hearing. So Mr. Murphy, is there anything you want to say with respect to Mr. Madison?
Your Honor, I do apologize for the absence of my client. I haven't been able to speak with Mr. Madison since the last time he was in court. We spoke to him briefly over Zoom. I'd asked him to communicate with my office, schedule an appointment. We have this upcoming trial to prepare for, and he did not do so. The number that I have, or the numbers that I have aren't good numbers for him anymore. I do believe because of this, I was going to ask the court. I didn't know if Mr. Madison was going to appear today or not. Even if he had appeared today, I was going to ask for the trial to be moved because I hadn't had a chance to prepare for it with Mr. Madison not coming in my office. But obviously with his absence, I think that is another reason why we're going to ask for the trial to be vacated because of that. Obviously, it makes it even harder for me to prepare with his absence if he was even going to appear trial. I do believe there is a new pending felony as well, that there's a warrant out for him. It's for again, a felony. I think there's also maybe some warrants for failing to appear and pay down in district. I don't know if those are, what the range is for pickup on those. But again, there is a pending felony warrant. And I thought, well, I guess that's the extent of what I wanted to place on the record. Whether or not there's other things going on with Mr. Madison, I wasn't sure if there was any further violations or allegations on his probation. That was, we have a sentencing up for today. So I guess that's the long way of saying, Your Honor, I do apologize for his absence. I don't know where he is.
Mr. Bayonet, anything from the people's standpoint?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd ask that the court issue a bench warrant without a 48-hour hold. Mr. Madison has a habit of doing this. He does have two open felony warrants in district court. Both are controlled substance related. I think given his history, a bench warrant without a 48-hour hold is appropriate, and I would ask that the court order that.
All right. I would agree with Mr. Bayonetto. This is unfortunately a chronic issue with Mr. Madison across the files that this court has presided over. He does have two prior violation of probations in the 23 file, and I believe failed to appear at a sentencing on that, if I recall correctly. He also has a failure to appear in the 24 file, the 24-21997-FH file, and also failure to test in that file, and a failure to appear in the 24-21996 file that is set for trial on May 6th. So I am going to vacate that trial date. And I am going to issue bench warrants for his arrest for the failure to appear in each file. And I'm going to set on each bench warrant in the amount of $50,000.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
And we will proceed with Mr. Madison. He is in custody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I have a gentleman at an MDOC facility. Can you tell me your name? Actually, I'm not certain that it's an MDOC facility. There's a person sitting at a table with about 3 other chairs there. What's your name, sir?
Robert Clement.
All right.
Robert Clement.
Okay, Mr. Clement, your attorney, Mr. Malero, is in Judge Anselm's court right now. As soon as he gets here, we'll proceed with your case.
Okay.
Your Honor, we have
Yes.
other matters scheduled for. We have another court to connect with at 10:30 a.m.
Okay. Let me see if I can get Mr. Malero here in the next couple of minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak to Mr. Ballard?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Malero, do you need to speak to Mr. Clement?
Sure. Can you hear me, Judge?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, this is file 24-2195-3-FH and 25-22224-FH, People versus Joseph Wallace Ballard. We are here today for a probation violation in the 24 case and a pretrial hearing in the 25 case. Do we have a prosecutor that is appearing on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. Alex Bayonetta for the people. I apologize. I thought it was a probation violation.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Underwood.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ron Underwood for Mr. Ballard this morning. Your Honor, we're looking at a couple of things. I think we just need one more quick pre-trial to resolve this matter. Or should I say these matters?
All right, I will set it for June 4th at 8:15 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, would you do that stipulation in order for adjournment?
I would be happy to do that with Mr. Bayonetta's permission.
You may. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ballard, you can let the officer that's with you know that you're done with court for today.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Ms. Underwood, you need to speak to Mr. King.
I do not believe so, Your Honor.
This is file 23-21419-FH, People versus Derek Eugene King. We are here today for a hearing on an alleged probation violation, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have Ms. Underwood place your appearance on the record?
Ron Underwood for Mr. King this morning, Your Honor.
And where do we stand with Mr. King's case today?
Your Honor, Mr. King, I have in district court this afternoon, so we would ask just for like a very brief adjournment on this, Your Honor.
I'm getting full dockets because we're doing a lot of seeing people every week, and so I can do the best that I can do, but I'm
Understand.
getting jammed up. Best I can do at this point is May 28th at 8:15, so I'll set it for that date.
That date again, Your Honor?
May 28th at 8:15.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. King, you can let the officer with you know that you're done with court for today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Miller, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Clement?
Yes. Yes, I guess I am.
All right, this is file 24-21900-FH and 23-21541-FH. The 23 case is set for violation of probation hearing. The 24 case is set for a pretrial conference, and we are proceeding today by video conference. First, going to have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. McClure.
Evie McClure, map the people. And
Salvatore Malero on behalf of Robert Clement.
Judge, in case my audio drops out again, I have my phone in the waiting room.
Okay. All right, Mr. Clement, where do we stand? Or I'm sorry, Mr. Malero, where do we stand with Mr. Clement's case today?
So, Judge, on the assault charge for which he was found not guilty by reason of insanity, I received something a few weeks ago. He's getting an extended commitment. I'm not sure if it's been already done or there's a hearing on it. It looked like it was going to be at least for another 60 days. So I don't know what the point of proceeding with the probation violation and or the pending drug charge would be, but that's not up to me. So that's where we stand.
Okay, I'm sorry, which file was the not guilty by reason of insanity plea in?
It's not on your docket today, Judge, because it actually it's moved back
Right, it would be
through.
done. It's
Yeah.
24-21901 FH, Judge.
And it's set for a hearing in Washtenaw on May 7th. So that's when they'll decide.
Oh,
I
I'm
guess.
sorry, so that's not my case.
Not anymore. It was.
No longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that if I needed to do a hearing, that we did it, so, okay.
Nope, we've done our part of it here in your courtroom, and it's moved its way through to, it'll be I guess, I don't know what they call it, but a mental health hearing in Washtenaw County, as that's where he's now located.
Oh, yeah.
And
Have a better memory of
Washtenaw
it now.
County is actually handling that.
All right, I am going to set these then for another pretrial a ways out, just because I want to have a date so that they don't get lost on the court's docket.
And my position all along is, if he's willing to, it is to enter a plea and get on probation, and probation can track what they're doing with that other file.
All right, so I'll set this for a pretrial on August 6th at 8:15. And we will see where things stand at that point. All right, is there anything else we need to address with this case today then?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Clement, you can let the people with you know that you're done with court for today.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Malero, do you need to speak to Ms. Berger?
Is she in the courtroom, Judge?
She is.
No, she maintains pretty good contact. I think we can call the case.
Okay. This is file 24-22060-F8 People versus Jennifer Marie Berger. We are here today for a pretrial conference in the case and proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearance on the record, beginning with Ms. McClure?
B.B. McClure, on behalf of the people.
Salvatore Malero on behalf of Jennifer Berger.
All right, and Ms. Berger is here in the courtroom. You are Jennifer Marie Berger, correct?
I am.
Okay. Mr. Malero, where do we stand with Ms. Berger's case today?
Now, this case has been pending for a fair amount of time. We'd ask at this time to set the matter for jury trial. I would expect it to last 2 to 3 days.
Okay, Ms. McClure, are you in agreement that 2 to 3 days is the right amount of time?
Yeah, I would err on the side of caution and say 3 days. And this is Mr. Sneed's case, and he's let me know he's unavailable for trial during the month of July.
Fine, okay.
Just relaying the message.
Ms. Clark, can you find us a 3-day jury trial date?
Yes, Tuesday, August 5th at 9 a.m., August 6th at 10:30, and August 7th at 9.
That's fine for me, Your Honor.
That should work for the people.
Okay, so that was August 5th at 9, August 6th at 10:30, and August 7th at 9. Do a it's going to make a final pre-trial pretty difficult. Ms. Clark, what would be our next date for a 3-day trial after those August 5th date you just gave us? Ms. Clark, are you there?
Yes, sorry, Judge.
Yeah, so I don't think that August 5th date is going to work because that backs our final pretrial into July and Mr. Sneed wouldn't be here. So what would our next available date be?
Would you like that backed up to anything, Judge?
Yes, I think that's all right.
All right, that'd be Stephen Maples in October 21st at 9 a.m., Wednesday, October 22nd at 10:30, and October 23rd at 9.
I may be gone that week, Judge, so sorry.
So we have Tuesday, October 28th at 9, Wednesday, October 29th at 10:30, and Thursday, October 30th at 9.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ms. McClure, does that work for the people?
Would it be the 28th, the 30th?
Correct.
Yes, that works.
All right, so we'll set it for that date and we'll set a final pretrial for October 22nd.
Judge, I'm probably gonna be gone that week. Can we do the 15th instead?
Yes, we can do the October 15th for the final pretrial. That's at 8:15. All right, anything else to address with this case today?
Not from the defense, Judge.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Berger, your next date is October 15th at 8:15 a.m.
All right, I'll be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Malero. And Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak to Mr. Raymond?
I do not, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to speak with her.
All right, Mr. Mawad, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Merritt?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I am. Thank you.
And I apologize, you logged back in and I missed that you were there.
No. It's okay, Judge. I had a little situation in a district court, but we're fine. I apologize for coming in and out. Thank you.
Okay, do you need to speak to Mr. Merritt before we start?
No, Judge, I talked to him this morning, but thank you for that opportunity.
Okay, so this is file 25-22173-FH, People of State of Michigan versus Brian Lee Merritt. We are here today for a pretrial conference in this case, and we're proceeding today by video conference. First, can I have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, beginning with Ms. McClure?
All right, Judge Phoebe McClure on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Elias Mawad appearing on behalf of Mr. Brian Merritt.
And where do we stand with Mr. Merritt's case today?
Your Honor, Mr. Sneed and I talked extensively regarding this case. There are no offers, and I respect why Mr. Sneed is not making an offer. We did have a talk. The only thing that I haven't talked to him about is whether or not, if we're going to set this for trial, it's whether it's going to be a bench or a jury. I'd like to talk to Mr. Sneed about that. I'm not asking for a long of adjournment to see what his thoughts are. And maybe Ms. McClure can also convey that message. But I'd like to talk to him first before we set it and decide if we can do a bench trial and if he wants a bench trial. I just haven't discussed that with him yet.
Okay. So what I'll do is adjourn this to May 28th at 8:15.
Okay.
If you have that discussion and make a decision and you want to just contact the court, we can probably schedule it and just send out a scheduling order.
Yeah, that's exactly what my thought process was, Judge. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay. All right. Anything else we need to address with the case today?
No, thank you very much.
Judge, I'm sorry, I was reviewing the notes in the file. What's the next pretrial date?
May 28th.
Okay, thank you. Nothing
And then
else.
Phoebe, if we decide on what route to go, we'll just let the clerk know and we can just schedule it out for a trial date.
Yeah, just get with Isaac to do that.
Okay, will do.
Okay, Mr. Merritt, you can go ahead and log out then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is file 24-21808-FH and 24-21890-FH. People of the State of Michigan versus William Michael Raymond. We are here today for a pretrial conference on a contempt of court for failure to appear in violation of probation summons in the 24 case, in 21808 case, and a probation violation pretrial in 21890 case. Ms. Underwood, you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Mr. Raymond, Your Honor. Is it my understanding we have the case that was just sent up, Your Honor?
No, only the other ones are on my docket for today. What? Let me see.
You said you had pretrial on the probation violations, correct?
Yes.
And then I thought you said another one.
I only have, there are two cases that are both 24 cases that both deal with probation violations.
Okay.
That is all I have at the moment. I'm just looking up right now to see what the status of any new case would be.
I think it might be May 7th, a pretrial May 7th, the new case.
You are correct, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. So he had an arraignment set for May 7th.
I believe
and that
we waived
was
arraignment.
waived.
Okay.
Can we have our pretrial that day? That would be great.
Okay, so we'll just make that a pretrial then. And we'll set everything for May 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I believe we're going to resolve everything on that date. Thank you.
I think that's all I have for you today, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Holly.
Miss Underwood, can you come see me as soon as possible?
I will either see you or Zoom you, Mr. Raymond.
All right, thank you. So I'm all set, Your Honor?
Yes, you're all set, Mr. Raymond. You can let them know you're done.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
May we, Christina Sanford, for judge's name, please.
Are we waiting for Ms. Sanford, Your Honor?
Yes, we are. Okay, I have a jail Zoom 203 device that's logged in. The camera is not on. Microphone's muted, so if there is someone there, I need you to turn on the video and unmute the device. All right, is there someone in this jail Zoom 203 device room?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're Miss Sanford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood, do you need to speak to Miss Sanford?
I do. Thank you.
Ms. Sanford, are you there?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be yet.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened. When I looked at the breakout session, Ms. Underwood was no longer there. I don't know where she went.
You might be looking for a number.
Okay, as soon as Ms. Underwood gets logged back in, we'll continue with your case.
Okay.
Judges, Christine Sanford, your last one.
Yes, she is.
I think that's a contempt of court, so you shouldn't need me. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. I'm gonna go over to Judge Anslone, but if anything else comes up, just get a hold of us.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge Brandon Madison, we issue a warrant for failure to appear?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. And on this last case here, what are we doing with it? Or do I need to be here for this?
No, sorry, this is a misdemeanor violation of probation.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Your Honor,
okay,
I apologize. My computer kicked me out and then made me review. I'm very sorry.
No problem. This is file 24-21832-FH, People versus Christina Marie Sanford. And I'm sorry, Ms. Underwood, that all happened while you were in a breakout session. Were you able to finish that?
No,
or do you
we
need
were
to talk?
through with our breakout session, Your Honor.
Okay. So we are here today for a hearing on an alleged violation of probation. Ms. Underwood, do you want to place your appearance on the record?
Rhonda Underwood for Ms. Sanford this morning, Your Honor.
And Ms. Sanford is present from the jail. Ms. Underwood, do you know how Ms. Sanford would like to proceed
Ms.
today?
Sanford is going to plead guilty to the violation this morning. I have reviewed Mr. McCarron's recommendation with her, Your Honor. She is aware of all of its facets, and she's going to plead guilty to the violation this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Sanford, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right, and you are Christina Sanford, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down if you want. Ms. Sanford, do you understand that you have a right to contest the violation of probation charge and to have a trial on it?
Yes, I do.
And you also had a contempt of court for failing to appear at the original probation violation hearing. Do you understand that you have a right to contest that contempt of court and have a trial on that as well?
Yes, Your Honor, and I never received any paperwork in the mail for that. That's the only reason I didn't receive for that, but I'm just supposed to move forward with it.
Okay. Do you understand that with respect to the probation violation, that throughout any trial, you would be presumed innocent until your guilt is proven by a preponderance of evidence?
Can you say that again? I wasn't really sure what you meant by that.
Do you understand that if we had a trial on the probation violation, that you would be presumed innocent until your guilt was proven by a preponderance of evidence?
How does that work, Rhonda? I'm not.
It means that more evidence than not. They would have to prove more evidence than not that you were guilty. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a preponderance. That's just over 50%.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so do you understand, Ms. Sanford, that if we had a trial, we would start with the presumption that you were innocent?
Right.
Okay, and then we would have the trial and evidence would be submitted. And in order to find you guilty of the probation violation, I would have to find that it was more likely than not that you in fact committed the violation.
So how do you think that would work, Rhonda? I mean,
He would hear evidence.
I've never done anything like that. So is that a good way to go? Or for what I'm being dealt with right now?
Well,
maybe Ms. Underwood, I should put you back in a breakout session with Ms. Sanford.
Sorry, I just never had anything like that before, so I'm not really familiar with that.
Okay, Ms. Underwood, do you know how Ms. Sanford wants to proceed?
Ms. Sanford would like to continue the plea, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Sanford, do you understand now that, again, that throughout any trial, you would be presumed innocent until your guilt was proven by a preponderance of evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with respect to the failure to appear, you would have the same presumption of innocence, but in that situation, your guilt would have to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, Your
Honor. You would have the right to have all of the witnesses against you appear at your trial? you or your lawyer could ask those witnesses questions, and you also have the right to have me order any witnesses that you might have for your defense to appear at your trial. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not required to testify at your trial, and no one can say anything about you not testifying or hold that against you in any way. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the other hand, you would have the right to testify at the trial if you wanted to testify. Do you understand that as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you want to plead then to the charge that you violated your probation?
Guilty.
And how do you want to plead to the charge that you failed to appear in court?
Guilty.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your right to a trial and your right to have your lawyer's assistance at that trial, as I've already explained?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anything been promised to you in order to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened in any way in order to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
If I accept your plea, you're giving up any and all claims that your plea was given as a result of threats or promises that were not disclosed to the court on the record this morning, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it your own choice? I'm sorry.
The only thing I may ask is, what address is on my record? So, because I didn't get anything in the mail for the court's not showing up for the court, so I just want to make sure I have the right address.
I'm sorry, it's difficult to understand what you're saying due to the echo in the room. Can you sit a little closer to the microphone?
I just want to make sure I have the right address on record because I never received anything saying I had a court appearance. I just want to make sure I have one. The right address. Should be 511 Logan Street.
Oh, no, wait. I don't want you to say your address right now. Give me a second.
Oh, sorry.